This is Wake the F Up podcast.
F is for fabulous.
I'm Andy Dooley.
And I'm Kat Torres. Wake the F Up is all about celebrating the great drama of life, the beauty and the brutality. And
tapping into your true divinity, your creativity, because you are the universe pretending to be human.
It's fabulous. The whole idea is to get free, right? How fun it is to cultivate this space with people, that there is a magic available, that there is an invisible vibrational atmosphere that's responding to your vibrational offering. I mean, it's so fun to work from this space.
It really is. And that getting in harmony and dancing with the universe. And so if you're listening, do you have a practice where, whether it's going for a walk or a bike ride or going to do yoga, where you can really be with you? And one of the most important skills I'm teaching now to be a deliberate creator is learning to talk yourself into alignment, to talk yourself into a good mood, to be able to find the words where you really are becoming your own best friend. And you can say phrases like, I live in a magical universe. It's a friendly universe. The magic is everywhere. I'm opening up to see it. I'm feeling into it. And then you start to see it and notice and magnify those moments. And then the magic is brighter and brighter. Boom, chicka boom. Here we go. Welcome to Wake the F Up podcast. Thanks for listening.
F is for fabulous.
That's right. And today we are talking about dancing with the universe.
All right, great topic this week, Andy. As I said, I don't mind dance. Sometimes it feels like a little bit of a waltz with the universe. It feels like you have to get into a rhythmic sort of play, and sometimes the universe is providing you with a rhythm that can feel like a little bit different. Like the rhythm is different. The drum is beating differently, and you've got to become a vibrational match in order for the dance to get into that synchronistic sweetness that we love so much.
Yeah, that rhythm, that flow, that harmony, one of our previous podcasts. And I feel like, there's always this drum, this rhythm that's happening. And when we learn to dance with abundance and we start noticing the evidence of abundance, it really can magnify. So one of the things I've been doing, and I've been sharing it in the cafe, is keeping an evidence journal of little things, big things that you're manifesting, because evidence can translate into evidence.
Right. And it's a good thing, man. In the game of Nowism, we have an attract record. Sometimes you've got to keep an attract record to notice the progressive steps that you're taking, and that the universe is listening, and that you are, in fact, not crazy, but you're in you are in a dance with the universe, and you're getting excellent feedback.
Yeah, it's constant feedback. I mean, it is a reflective mirror. Reality is always reflecting back to us. And when we start looking for the evidence of what we're wanting, and we're wanting to see more of it, the hashtag more of this, please, and really making that a dominant intention. I remember going through a phase, I think about a year ago, where I was just saying that all the time. I'd see anything that was good or nice or fun, or see something, hear something, I'd be like, hashtag more of this, please.
Mm-hmm. So good. You have to get interested. You've got to start noticing. And isn't it funny? We're so weird in the way that we ask the universe for more, but yet we're not actually just noticing the glory that's actually coming in. It's like we sort of skip past it. We steamroll past the present moment glory to get to the next bit that's going to be better.
Yeah, stop it. Let us really bask in the magic that is around us right here, right now. And on today's episode, I'm going to share I've got a great story working with a client, and some other goodies, some interactive exercises we're going to do live. So we're going to give you an experience, and we're going to inspire you to create a dance with the universe and start writing down the evidence of the things that are manifesting and that you're attracting.
Yeah, so that you can ever be in a dance with the universe, and a dance that feels delicious, actually.
Yeah, because it's happening right now. The music is playing. You had a great saying. You said it in one of our previous podcasts about the song, you're the one-hit wonder of the universe. Expand on that.
Yeah, you're a one-hit wonder in the universe. You are an individualized expression of the cosmic goodness. Like your song and that unique vibrational signature, that harmony that you're providing to bring more fullness to all that is.
Yeah.
Your song's playing right now, mate. And so you better get your now out and turn the volume up because we keep waiting for the moments to get better. But you know what? This is the only moment, and now is the actual time. And so, wake the F up, actually.
Yeah. We're dancing, we're doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So good.
So I got a great story to share. Okay. So during the Infinite Possibilities Train the Trainer, which is an online program, my cool brother Mike and I and Alberto and Regina do, we have a whole team and staff and a crew that helps and supports us. It's an amazing transformational experience. And during one of my sessions, we were doing a Zoom call, had about 200 people, and I wanted to give away a free coaching session. And so I told everybody in the chat box, put, pick me or a coaching session, and I have a number in my mind, and whoever is that number of the comments, that person will get a free coaching session. So the number in my mind was 13. And so all the comment section is blowing up. Everybody's like, pick me, pick me, pick me. And I counted from as soon as the first one went to the number 13. And it was this woman named Marlene. And she was so excited. And I said, email me and we'll set up a time and we'll do a coaching call. And so I read her questions her answers to my questions. And I find out she is a medium. She talks to dead people. And I'm like, wow. And she's getting momentum and she's building her reputation and getting more press and following and doing more events. And so I was curious on how, what am I going to bring to the table during this coaching call? Like, she's a medium. She talks to dead people. Maybe it's about business or marketing or mindset. I'm not sure. And so as we're picking a date, and at first it was going to be May 10th. And then it's like, no, that's not going to work. May 11th. And it's like, we were going back and forth with email. And then we picked Monday, May 13th. And we didn't connect the dots at the time. And now I'm on the call with her talking. This was just yesterday, having this amazing call. I'll share some insights that I think everybody can take away from this. And she said, last week I went to Casadega, Florida, because she lives in Florida. And I went to see a psychic because she is one and she works with them and like she's in that world. And she said, it just so happened that psychic I had the reading with told me that I have 13 spirit guides. And like, wow. And then I realized the time we had our call was 1 p.m. my time and 3 p.m. her time. So this number 13 is popping up everywhere. And I'm like, look, the evidence is everywhere.
It's so fun. I love it when the sort of like the highlights and the playfulness start to pop up like that. And especially when we notice them, Andy, like, the synchronicities of your 13 and whatever the meaning is, it sort of doesn't matter. I mean, you could unpack that and go super cosmic on what 13 really represents. But for me, from a Taoism perspective, like what I love about that is that you've included something in your vibration and then the universe starts playing with it, giving you some evidence of that, dancing with you. And then suddenly you're like in this playful sort of relationship with the number 13. And it's just fun. I love that.
Right. And so one of the things, as I was hearing her talk about her events and how she shows up and how she gets really nervous, and I could hear the excitement, and I also could hear the stories of lack and limitation and separation and how sometimes it's not coming through clearly and the person that she's talking to isn't getting it. And then they get it later or they don't, and then she has to move on, and how she wants to kind of serve everybody at the event, whether it's a small event of, 15, 20 people or 100 people. And she's done some big events with like 300 people with some big names. So she's really gaining momentum and she's really funny. She's the medium comedian.
What a legend.
Yeah, she's
So
going to
good.
become legend. And I could hear that she was rushing. And I'm like, "Oh, you got to change your mindset going into these events rather than trying to help everybody connect with their loved ones who have passed. You need to slow down and go for quality and
Mm,
connection and really drop in." I was like, "Wow, that I could use that. I'm sure people listening can use like let's get to slow down to
yes.
receive, to get into sync with the rhythm of the universe. So we're dancing, and we're not rushing." And
Yeah.
taking a page out of Abraham Hicks' book, where Esther says in the beginning of the events, everybody's question is going to be answered today. We know
Yes.
who to pick, and we know who we can call upon, whose question will serve the most of you. And I said,
Yes.
that's how you want to approach your events, and go for quality and connection and not trying to hurry up to get to the next person, the next person. She's like, "Oh my God, this was just what I needed to hear." She said, "Because when
Mm.
I do Akashic record readings one-on-one, I go nice and slow. The information is profound. People are crying. People are having breakthroughs." And she was like, so grateful.
Yeah, and how inspiring is it, whether it's your own story or not, like if she's working with you one on one or not, like to be in a room where you're people's witness of that? I mean, it is the value is just going to keep spilling over. And what a fascinating session that you had on the 13th.
I know. And 13 is what I love, that number 13. It's not a bad number for me. It's a lucky number for me.
So good. So good. On the topic of play and the way that the universe can give you playful feedback when you're in that zone. Recently, in on the topic of my mum and aged care scenarios here in Australia, I was in the room with my mum and my auntie, and they're encouraging me like, "Oh, you got to keep looking for places because where we are at the moment is sort of like an interim, but it's really close to me, right?" So I was like, all this paperwork all the time, like it's just a lot. Like I think I'm just gonna have to be a Jedi about this now and just know that, the answers come. Instead of me trying to seek all the answers all the time, that I'm gonna be a Jedi and answers are just gonna pop up as I need them. Right. So anyway, I've made this huge announcement about how I'm just gonna use Jedi energy. And my mum
Right?
had to do a night in emergency, right? She had
Wow.
COVID. It was a bit of a moment. It was like, oh, So anyway, she came back stronger than ever. Now, on her return, she said to me that a group of people came to talk to her about some really
Right.
important details that I need to know about. And I was like, well, who are they, Mum? Like, what was the thing? She's like, I don't know. I can't remember. And I'm like, geez. So I called the emergency department to find out who my mum had spoken to on that day. And the hospital was like, well, it's probably social workers. So they put me through
Right.
to these social workers. I was having this chat, and the people were like, we don't remember your mum. Sorry, like I don't think that this is the right group. And then how's this ended? They said, wait, emergencies put you through to the wrong group. You need to speak to the
What?
Jedi's. And I'm like, what? They said, you need to speak to the Jedi team. And I'm like, yes, I do. And so they put me through to some group called the Jedi's, who are actually a group of people who had come to speak to my mum about her options for, palliative medication and all of this like really serious stuff. But it was just all in a nutshell, right? In a nutshell, Andy, like just the playfulness on these huge, serious topics. Like my mother is like, experiencing such a huge
Right.
end of life chapter at the moment. Just the universe to give me a playful wink that, yeah, we've got a Jedi team and they spoke to your mum and they have a message for you. It's so fun to live from this place. Like what you notice will pop up. And if you are playful in your practice, if you are constantly providing the universe with a vibrational atmosphere of things work out for me, I find out what I need to know
Yeah.
when I need to know it. this synchronicity that is available, that life can have a flow and a harmony and a grace. Like, every day I walk the beach, and this is my general practice. I just make sure I'm continuing to just fertilize the vibrational soil, that things are playful and things work out for me. And even really like difficult times can still have little kisses of grace from the universe. And it's a fun place to work from. And this is what Andy and I both love this space so much. You do it with the Manifestors Cafe. I do this with the game of Nowism. Both of us have one-on-one clients. Like, how fun it is to cultivate this space with people, that there is a magic available, that there is an invisible vibrational atmosphere that's responding to your vibrational offering. I mean, it's so fun to work from this space.
It really is. And that getting in harmony and dancing with the universe. And so if you're listening, do you have a practice where, whether it's going for a walk or a bike ride or going to do yoga, where you can really be with you? And one of the most important skills I'm teaching now to be a deliberate creator is learning to talk yourself into alignment, to talk yourself into a good mood, to be able to find the words where you really are becoming your own best friend. And you can say phrases like, I live in a magical universe. It's a friendly universe. The magic is everywhere. I'm opening up to see it. I'm feeling into it. And then you start to see it and notice and magnify those moments. And then the magic is brighter and brighter.
Yeah, isn't it so important to Andy, the repetitious play of that language? Like for me, it's like clocking up airtime with conscious credits. It's about providing the universe with a default setting over time. Like at first, you would experience this with your clients. It feels clunky in the beginning. People are saying to themselves, "I wake up in a friendly universe." Sort of, not really. Like there's a sort of a battle that takes place when you begin this practice. But as you master the language, and it really is like learning a new script. Like when you start to get interested in this language and you learn the lines and you play in the journal and you do some jotting and you're in a sort of like a vibrational workout with this language, over time, it gets under your skin and there is an autopilot that is available to you. And then eventually, here's the really good bit, is through repetition, you start to believe the words that you're saying to yourself, which is that you wake up in a friendly universe and that things are working out for you. And when you believe you, that's when the universe believes you too. And then your story starts to change.
Oh, I love that line. When you believe you, the universe starts to believe in you. Yeah. And you see, what happens is we think the thought, and if it's a new thought out of our comfort zone and we haven't thought that very much, it doesn't have an emotional connection. It doesn't create the chemistry just yet. Right. But the more you think that thought, the more you feel that thought, the believe that thought. And that's what makes the game of reality real, is because we can feel. And learning to know your emotions are letting you know. I mean, Abraham's being really blunt now with their latest transmissions where they're saying, listen, if you feel negative emotion, you're lying to yourself.
Yeah.
And it's like, whoa, I'm lying to myself, right? Because Source sees it differently.
Yes.
And so it does take repetition and, keeping an evidence journal really of the little things. This weekend, I had a super fun hike with a new friend in Colorado, and there was evidence everywhere. The conversation was amazing. We were seeing animals and the views. It was all like, wow, look at this, look at this. And then I had a really super fun interaction. I went to a grocery store, and in the checkout line, it was so fun and magic with interacting with this guy who was, checking me out. Because he had earlier in the store when I was walking through it, he told a coworker, "You're a monster," but it was like a positive way to say, like, "You're kicking ass today." And then when I got in the line, he goes, "Hey, I hope you didn't take that wrong." Like, I was complimenting her, and I'm like, "Oh, I totally could feel the energy that you were complimenting her." And so he's ringing me up, and "How was your day?" And we're having fun. And then he said, "Hey, today you saved $434." And I said, "Hey, $434, I'm out the door." And he's laughed and I laughed. And I said, "Dude, you're a monster." And he goes, "No way." Like, it was such a fun, magical manifestation.
Yeah, it's so good. And this is where, the more that we take note of the little things that light up, the little things that work out, the little victories, the little bits of evidence, like this is us honoring the universe, and more importantly, it's about correct use of universal law. Get interested in possibilities and potential
Yeah.
instead of problems. Like if you've got a loop on something in your mind, let it be about the possibility of the day or some sort of fun manifestation. Let it be that you're just appreciating the blue sky, or the guy that used the word monster as like an extreme compliment of greatness. Like to be in this playful dance with the universe, and and this is for the listeners right now, to really lean deliberately towards your preferences as often as possible. Because, if you're thinking a negative thought, you're lying to yourself, mate.
Right. And the sneaky law of attraction, you're going to attract more thoughts that you're thinking, whether or not negative or positive. The universe is going to give you more. You're going to summon literally from the field of negativity.
Right.
You're going to like raining, like wherever you go, it's just raining negative thoughts down on you. Like, don't do that.
It's so true. And then before you know it, you've joined the difficult, and you have a bunch of other people around you that are talking about how hard it is, and talking about how shit it is, and talking about the pity party and all the things that just like you're so trying to get away from it. But meanwhile, you've accidentally, in a sort of a spiritual malpractice of using your mind in a way that's working against you instead of for you. I mean,
Right.
really, you're brilliant either way, right? Look at how we create reality, whether we like it or not.
Right. We are so
Yeah.
magnificent that we can do that. And so other little things that I've written down recently in the past couple weeks of my Eva Dance journaling, and just little things. Someone ordered 10 coffee mugs of one design and 10 magnets, like a big order. Like
Sick.
just, it was like just cool for one person to order 10. I was like,
So
yes,
good.
like, and I've relived that every single day since it happened. It activates that energy.
Right. The evidence, and when you have like someone buy 10 mugs, I mean, you must give it your undivided attention for a moment. And actually, in the game of nowism, we talk about milking the moment.
Right.
I have a now cow and we milk it. Sorry, vegans, don't worry. It's all organic and all that jazz. Free range now cow. But anyway, it's about milking the moment. Like if something's worked out for you, if you've had a beautiful manifestation or some sort of victory, then I urge you to take that little victory and then milk it for everything it's worth. Make sure that you really get the bandwidth of greatness from that actual evidence, because this is you actually relaying to the universe that you see the blessings that have been given. You see that life actually works out for you. You see that actually you find out what you need to know as you need to know it, and that life is actually working for you.
Yeah, I love knowing
Yeah.
life is working for you. I love the Rumi quote that live your life as if everything was rigged in your favor, because it
Oh,
is.
so good.
It's
It
rigged in your
is.
favor. And the more you notice and write down the Eva dance, the more you dance, the more you get into a rhythm, the more like, yeah, then you attract abundance. And then you're really just like, oh man, it started so little and now I'm really grooving, I'm flowing. And yes, you will get out of rhythm. You will misstep, but that's okay. It's okay to have missteps. It's okay. And that's where you practice forgiveness and don't judge yourself and be easy on yourself. And that's where you then talk yourself back into alignment, back into a good mood.
That's right. In the game of nowism, we've got lots of really fun tools to get you back. Like, if someone says something to you and you think like, wow, like, why did they think that of me? Then it's quack, water off a duck's back. If it's just a shit thought that actually has no transformational value, then it's a potato. Like drop it like a tot. Switch it, flip it, lift it. Like there's so many fun ways for you to catch yourself out in an unnecessary pollution and actually move yourself deliberately towards the possibilities. This is, your consciousness is actually an adventure. And what a
Yeah.
fun way to be in a relationship with reality, to just be playful and to know that there is a game here. And if I learn the rules, then I can maximize the moments.
Beautiful. And what, okay, the duck and the quack off your back. What was that? Slow down and say that again.
So you're being faced with something that could easily offend you, right? And you feel
Right.
justified in the feeling that's burning up inside of you. But then you realize, am I really going to trash my own vibrational value right now over something that someone has said to me? So then this is when, in the center of your consciousness, you want to have a duck come out. And the duck's name is Quack. And the duck comes out, and there's some choreography, Andy. It goes like this: quack, quack, water off a duck's back. And so you do like this choreography in the moment, because when you do a
Ooh, yeah.
physical interruption, this helps interrupt the pattern
Right.
with like, this is Tony Robbins vibes, but it just with comic, with a little bit of cartoon. Quack, quack, water off the duck's back. This allows for you to announce to your universe, not here, not now. I am not buying into this bullshittery. No, thank you. I'm going to quack, quack, water up a duck's back, and I'm going to keep moving, people.
I'm gonna sneeze.
I'm moving.
Okay.
Bless you. As we would say in Swaziland, we would say, Andy, as you sneeze, now you must speak on behalf of the ancestor.
I love that. Yes. The ancestors are with us, our spirit guides, our angels. They're all here and they're wanting to say, play, dance with life, get into the rhythm, get into the flow. And like you were saying, Tony Robbins, move your body, shift your body. When you're getting negative or intense, or you've been sitting at your desk and you can feel yourself getting annoyed, frustrated, angry, get up, move your body, quack, quack, water off a duck's back.
Change your state.
Yeah, change your state. Change your state.
Yeah. Change your state. Moving into a state of glory instead of a state of oblivion. It's powerful to interrupt your own vibe.
Right. To be conscious that, okay, I'm going negative. I was just doing this in the cafe, having kind of what is your plan of action when you really start to feel yourself going negative, getting upset. First, it's the awareness that it's happening. Like you can feel it. You're getting heated up. The negative thoughts are coming.
Yeah.
And then you're aware. Okay. Then accepting. Okay. Just accept it's happening. Don't beat yourself up.
Right.
And then you got to neutralize. So like you can say, quack, quack, water off your back. You can say, stop, cancel, clear, get the fear out of here. And one of the things you can do is just start breathing slowly. Inhale for 5, exhale for 5, and do that for 2 minutes. And that creates brain-heart coherence. And now you've neutralized it. It's not so hot. And like you said, drop it like it's hot.
Yeah, and so, sometimes you got to talk yourself back from the edge a little bit. Like sometimes you want to quack, and the duck's like got a little bit of a limp or something, and you're like, oh, I'm not quite there. So sometimes you got to like talk yourself back from the justified feelings of polluted negativity that are trying to take over. But one of the tools that we use in the game of Nowism is called the hook, and that is to let people off the hook. Like what people think about you has very little to do with you, actually. It has everything to do with their style of thinking, and so I'm thinking about this because you said the word neutralize, which I love, like to neutralize the certainty of the negativity. There is some sort of campaign of disappointment, of disapproval that's taking place in the mind. And so neutralizing that, sometimes you got to unpack it back to the source. Like, this person's doing the best they can with what they've got. They've only got a shit toolbox to work with, potentially. I don't know what happened to them today. Maybe they ran over their mother's cat and they're in a bad mood. There's always missing information.
Always.
And so then by neutralizing it through a little conversation with yourself, you can actually talk yourself out of, the momentum in a negative direction, because you have a value around your vibration, which I think is just such a powerful thing. When you have a high value on vibration, this is not worth me trashing my vibration today. This is not worth me getting into a bad mood. Like, why? If the present moment quality is building my future, then, oh my goodness, every moment matters. Every thought counts. It's not worth getting swept up today.
No, it's not. Caring about how you feel. That is one of the most important thoughts and beliefs you can start to develop. So if you're listening to this, really start caring about how you feel and wanting to feel good and telling the story of I'm turning things around quicker. I'm not getting so triggered and caught up anymore. I'm letting things roll off my back. I'm seeing the magic in the mundane. I'm making the best of everything. I'm making the best of everything, and keep that story going. I'm getting this. It's getting better. I'm waking up with more energy. I'm feeling more optimistic. I'm turning the negatives into positives. I'm finding the gift in the difficult situation. I'm making the best of this. It's working for me. Yes, yes, yes.
So good. You know, it's such a great demonstration of what you do in the Manifestus Cafe is teaching people how to just be in a commentary that neutralizes, be in a commentary that leans towards expansion, be in a commentary that is more about possibilities than problems. And this alone, just by getting dominion over your interior conversation, is a game changer in the way that you manifest. You know, when you just learn to just jabber onto yourself about how the general well-being of all things, it's a total game changer. And it can be so overlooked in that it's so
Right.
simple, Andy. You know, some people think that we really have to go and have a cathartic like release session, which is sometimes true. But this work is so profound, but it's so simple and it's easily overlooked. What is the quality of what you're actually saying to yourself? And if you are talking shit about yourself or about money or about your purpose or your passion or people, if you are comparing or gossiping or whatever, like stop it. The quality of your conversation is actually building your future. And so, you know, take more care about the vibrational responsibility that you have being a deliberate creator. You're creating reality. Even if you're not doing it deliberately, you are a creation
Right.
machine. You are a manifesting machine. You can't even stop it, even if you tried.
Oh, it's so good,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, creating that state of being. I've really been stressing that with my clients and in the cafe, like really letting go of trying to manifest your things that you want so bad and
Yeah.
focus on state of being, and you being a better conversationalist with yourself is one of the fast tracks to getting all your goodies out of the vortex, because your state of being is your
Right.
frequency, your signature frequency that the universe is always responding to. And I think I've shared this before, and it's so worth sharing again. A quote from Abraham that said, "Where you are in your life is just a moment in time. That's all it ever is.
Yes.
And it's a choice to feel good or feel bad. That's it. Right now, you have the choice to feel good or feel
Yes.
bad." And too many of us want to go digging into the past
So
and
simple.
dig up all the stuff and blame Mercury going retrograde and blame our childhood. And it's like your power is now. Your power is here. It's now. Talk yourself into a better state of being.
Exactly. And you know, like when individuals start this work and we're talking about, you know, I wake up in a friendly universe, like I like that life is working for me, not against me. At first it might feel not entirely true, but I want to encourage our listeners it to play the what if game. Like if you were waking up in a friendly universe, and if the universe really was working for you and not against you, how would that feel? And start to actually explore the energetics under the hood here. You know, imagination is such an important part of creation. You know, and it's actually, you know, we when you think of imagination, often we think of that being childlike, but really,
Ooh,
imagination, the imaginarium, is the space for vision. The greatest things that ever happen, all of the things that ever happen, start in that hot pot of consciousness. They start in that
right?
quantum soup of pure potential. And so if you feel like you don't have access, well, I don't know what it's like to feel like I've got lots of money. Pretend for a minute. Actually get into the energy of, well, if you did have more than enough money, if you could buy Andy and I both a Ferrari because you
Right.
love our podcast so much, what would that feel like? You know, what would that feel like? It would feel like fun. It would feel like creative play. It would feel like freedom. It would feel like I'm the man. I'm
Right.
the ant's pants. You know, like how would it feel? You've got to actually offer a picture. You got to offer a potentiality
Yeah.
in your mind, and I feel like the imagination is a garden that needs to be watered.
Yeah. Let's invite the viewer, the listener and the viewer to water their imagination right now. So let's everybody think of something that you would like to have, an experience that you would like to have. And try not, I mean, it's great. Sure. You can see yourself on a yacht or see yourself having a best-selling book or healed, but something that you can feel that's just out of reach, but yet close. And you can feel, it feels believable, but it's still maybe a little bit out of reach. And so go ahead and like think and visualize best case scenario. Just get one simple picture in your mind of you being, doing, and having. And what would that look like? Allow an image to come to you. Allow yourself to see and feel what that would feel like as you see that image in your mind. Feel that emotion of like, yes, look, there's a picture of me. There's evidence of me being, doing, or having. There's me. Go ahead and see that now. See the picture. Make it a little bit bigger, brighter. Put yourself in the picture. See yourself maybe holding something or something's behind you. And just feel that energy as you see and hold that picture in your mind. Feeling the excitement, feeling the possibilities, saying that is a probable future reality. And if I master my state of being, that can become a real reality. So now feel into it as if it's already real. It's already done. You're now living it. You've become it. You've got the body, the money, the relationship, the business. Feel it's right here. It's right now. It's not off in the future anymore. It's here. And now go into gratitude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Flood yourself. You did it. You manifested it. You turned the invisible into the visible. Feel that victory right here, right now. Yes, yes, yes. You did it.
Woohoo! So good to give the nervous system an opportunity to taste the future, to taste a possibility in the quantum field. You know, we have access to the higher spectrum of feeling, of vibration, but it's so important that we go and water that garden and get interested in it. And that's what I love about Andy Dooley's work, is that he's so in the visioneering space of like, just practice the energy of having it all. Practice the energy of having it all. And watch what happens.
Right? Right. And then when you get into the quantum, like you are it all. It's all you. So it's like, of course you're worthy.
Yes.
Of course you're deserving. Of course you're lovable. Of course you are enough, because it is all you.
I know, it's so funny, isn't it, when you think about the game design of life is actually, it's so playful because we're pretending to be small. We're pretending to be separate. We're pretending to unfold in a story when all of it's already done, all of it here and now.
Yeah. Yeah. I love this. Dancing with the universe.
Wonderful.
Oh, so.
Thanks for bringing so much evidence.
Yes. So we're going to start to wrap it up. Please subscribe, like, share it with a friend. And we're challenging you this week to get a journal, a notebook, anything, and start creating evidence. Start dancing with the universe and, use your imagination, start practicing telling a better story, speaking yourself into alignment, into a good mood, all the things we talked about.
Yes. 100%. And if we have inspired you or confused you or wherever you have felt from our podcast, we'd love to hear from you. So please do reach out to Andy or I if you have a topic, if you have a question, if you have a breakthrough, if you have a story. We'd love to hear from you, because this is really a collaboration with your energy. You're in this. If you're listening to us, and I know you're listening because you're listening now.
Ooh.
Amazing.
Right? I love that. Okay, thanks for turning up, as Kat says.
Big loves, Andy. See you on the flip side.
Yeah, peace out. Yeah, so that's a show. Thank you for joining us. Please subscribe, share it with a friend. We love you. Let's keep creating the good vibes, mastering our state of being, and making the best of everything.
If you want to know more about the great Andy Dooley and the Manifestors Cafe, you can check the links below. If you would like to know more about the game of Nowism and building that toolbox for your consciousness, then check us out. We'll see you there.
Woohoo!
Yeah, baby.